ice cream decides to detain a breastfeeding mother, put it up for a mass, a long list of victims. ICE, under the authority of Trump, has created. Now, another family has been separated from each other via the Trump administration's deportation action. Military family was separated at a green card application hearing while waiting for paperwork because the mother's estranged mother failed to show up for a hearing 7 years before. Okay? Now, Puelo Clouatre, a 25-year-old Mexican national, mother brought her into the country seeking asylum. This was more than a decade ago. Met Adrian Clouatre, 26, a Southern California nightclub during the final months of his 5 years of military service. Now, his military service, it doesn't matter in an ICE detention situation. You will see within a year, they had tattooed each other's names on their arms. And they married in 2024. Puelo sought a green card to legally live and work in the U.S. Adrian said he is, quote, not a very political person, end quote, but believes his wife deserved to live legally in the United States. Despite Marine Corps recruiters claiming enlistment will offer protection from deportations, government memos show that family members are instead referred for deportation. Can I say that again? Recruiters of the United States military, i.e. the Marine in this case, the Marine Corps, they will say your connection to this outfit, to this agency, will somehow protect your loved ones from deportation. Recruiting mechanism seems to be a ploy. However, they're being literally reported for deportation. A statement from the husband, quote, I'm all for, quote, get the criminals out of the country, right? He said. But the people that are working hard, especially the ones married to Americans, I mean, that's always been a way to secure a green card. Sir, I am thrilled that you have come to the conclusion that there's a level of unfairness in the administration's policy. Before this happened to you, individuals like myself and others said loudly as possible to not fall for the rhetoric that creates an us and them conversation about people, because they're not utilizing fair game in order to create a fair policy. What they're doing is utilizing individuals as a proxy. They utilize criminals as a proxy. Now, how is it that we're so enlightened? How do we know that they were utilizing this element as a proxy? Well, because they've done it to black folk. That's why. They utilized the pretext of violent, criminal black men as the pretext to go after all black men. They utilized the pretext of violence in particular to go after anyone that seemed to be different. This country has done this for decades. This is not new. Now they're doing it to you. They've done it internationally. They utilize the pretext of these are the evil people. Yes, Saddam Hussein, evil, yes, weapons of mass destruction. Iran, evil, yes, weapons of mass destruction, nuclear weapons. They've utilized this for decades, and they've utilized it against us. Now your family is suffering. All right, so the process to apply for the green card went smoothly at first, according to the narrative, but eventually she learned ICE had issued an order. Now, what's the order? The order was for her deportation in 2018 after her mother failed to appear at an immigration hearing. She and her mother had been estranged for years. They hadn't even talked. She cycled out of the homeless shelters as a teenager. And up until a couple of months ago, she had no idea about her mother's mishearing or deportation order. Her husband said soon officers arrived and handcuffed the mother, who handed a wedding ring to her husband for safekeeping. Now let's look at the USCIS official post, reference the case on X. Isn't that something? They referenced the case on a social media app, adding that the government has a strict no tolerance policy when it comes to, oh, here we go, making America safe again. Sir, you are a victim of a slogan. Mm-hmm. Even though immigrants are significantly less likely to be incarcerated than US-born citizens. It says, ignoring an immigration judge's order to leave the US is a bad idea. When an illegal alien from Mexico was apprehended by CBP and ordered removed by a judge in 2018, she chose to defy the order and stay in the US 7 years later. She had another bad idea and applied for a green card. ICE took her into custody at our New Orleans office. DHS has a long memory and no tolerance for defiance when it comes to making America safe again. Don't be caught in this situation. Do the right thing and use the CBP Home app to self-deport now. Who wrote that? The MyPillow guy? Now here's where we are. We have an app that says trust Trump. Okay? Put all your information here. You can self-deport. Trust Trump. When regular citizens don't trust Trump, they want individuals who may have some level of undocumented status to trust Donald Trump, which is insane. February 28th, memo. The agency said, quote, it will no longer exempt. It said it will no longer exempt from deportation people in groups that had received more grace in the past. This includes who? Family of military personnel, or veterans. Stock said as of June 12th, the agency said it has referred up to 26,000 cases to ICE for deportation. Sad, isn't it? It's sad that it worked. It's sad that you fell for it. And it's sad that everything you believed would happen to others is now happening to you. I'm not the I told you so guy. I would prefer to never be the I told you so guy. At some point, I'm hoping that you will become an ally and advocate for a better nation holistically and stop looking at the world through the lens of us and them. It's just us and us. All right, Sharon, thoughts here.
Well said, Doc. A couple of things here. The problem is when you think about quotas, this is what's going on. Okay, there wasn't, you were lied to. There weren't this number of criminals. There were people coming here seeking a better life, and there were a few anomalies. The other part of it is, I agree with you. It's tough. We don't want to call these people out and say, I told you so. But I'm thinking of something else that we've all heard, probably from a wise elder in the past. Fool me once, shame on you. Okay, fool me twice. Okay, go with what someone, Maya Angelou, that's another one, Doc. Okay, when someone shows you who they are,
believe them.
That part, Doc.
That's right.
I just want people to wake up. There's still plenty you can do to right the wrongs and support your fellow man. As you said, we're all in this together.
That's right. There you go. And we'll bring updates as they come.